Hi everyone, I'm Trisha with Cards with Pat and Trisha on Joanna's Readers Facebook page. I live in Northeast Ohio and today is a beautiful sunny day on the chilly side, but we'll take that sunshine after the rain that we had consistently all day yesterday that was heavy. So today we are going to make this card. And it's a direct copy from Pinterest, I will admit to that. And it's okay to do a direct copy. And the Pinterest person was Elizabeth P. So thank you to Elizabeth P. for this card idea. I used a 1 3/8 inch circle punch for the fish. So you need a total of 6. So you need 3 sets of 2 that correspond together. And I also used this little heart punch that I used in my last video. This is a Fisker's heart punch, and it's just a small heart. It's $5.99 at Joann's, I believe, and I got it with a coupon for $2.98. So I wanted to be able to use that again. And I'm also using a silver pen today, a silver gel pen. So, and we have the Google eyes, and just use whatever size works for you. I just went into the aisle where that kind of stuff is at Joann's. It's like where the doll making things are, and just picked up a size that I liked. And I also used this old punch from Stampin' Up. It's an owl punch, and I wanted to use these circles to back my eyes with. So we are going to start with our card base, which is 5.5 by 4/4 of an inch. It's going to open this direction, but you can always do however you want. My first mat is this lavender lilac color. It is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card base. So instead of being 5.5, it is, maybe I did 5 1/4. Well, the directions are in the supply list. So I have this, and then I have this black one that I'm going to put on top of that. Now I am using a tripod today, so this is new. So let's hope that I can get this so everybody can see what's going on here. Take me just a second here. There we go. I think that's a good angle, hopefully. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and attach with whatever adhesive you use. I'm using the Creative Memories tape runner. I like to make sure that my card bases are nice and have a lot of adhesive on them, because you don't want your card to fall apart in the mail. So you could use a glue stick. I know I have a lot of friends that do that. I would be careful though. I would not use like a school glue, just because being a preschool teacher, I can tell you that those do not hold up very well over longevity. And if you hear any slight snoring sounds, that's my dog Hooch. He's on a bed here in the kitchen today because he got into the corned beef on St. Patrick's Day and stole some off the counter. So he is recovering after a visit to the vet today. All right, so here is my card to start with. You can see there's just a little bit of that violet peeking out. You could even make that mat a little bit bigger if you wanted to see more of that. I just wanted a touch, and I wanted this top mat to be dark so you could really see what was going on here with the card. Okay, so we're going to start with, I'm going to start with a white circle and then my patterned paper. I'm going to take my patterned paper and take my punch, and I'm going to stick that circle back in there. You just kind of shake it around till you get it to where you want it. It doesn't matter really what size, how much you take off of there. So that, see, what I'm going to be able to do is to start my fish. It looks like he's got kind of a little frown thing going there. All right, so I'm going to put some adhesive on this part. I probably should have used a different adhesive, but since I'm in the kitchen keeping Hooch company here, I'm just going to stick with the adhesive I brought in with me. All right, so there's the first part of my fish. And I'm going to go ahead and decide here what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do, I don't know if I want black on top of that one. I think I'm going to do, whoops. Ooh, I think that'll be good. Okay, I'm going to take my lighter lilac here. And sometimes you just have to play around to see what you want to do. Punch off a little bit of that circle. All right, we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and line these circles up here and put that on. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and do this last one. You know, I cut this black piece and I really just don't think I'm going to use that. So I'm going to go ahead and punch a white circle. And I'm going to use that on the underside. So I'm going to go ahead and punch here. Well, you can see that sometimes these just don't go in the way you want them to, but that's okay because it's a circle and you can punch it however. All right, you can see I'm using double-sided paper here and just didn't think florals would be good with the fish. All right, let's go ahead and, whoops. Well, it doesn't help if it sticks to your table now, does it? All right, get this piece put on here and decide how I'm gonna actually have these on here. I think I'm gonna kind of do something like this. All right. So the next thing I'm going to use glue dots. I don't know, I think glue dots still makes this container, but I didn't see it when I was at Joann's yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and I've already punched out my little small hearts. And I'm just going to put a glue dot on the back of that heart. And I'm also going to put one on, see if you can see this, on the tip of the right side that I'm going to have up, because what I want to do is put it right there up in the middle. That'll be like a little top fin kind of thing. Let's see if you can see that. So I'm going to do that with all three of those hearts. I'm going to put, like I said, these are just the mini glue dots. Now you don't have to use glue dots. I just really like to use them. Of course you could use glue or whatever your favorite adhesive is. All right, there's another one. I'm going to stick it over here on this side. And last, grab this last one here and glue dot on the back. And glue dot on the tip. So I apologize if I'm not always on camera. I'm trying really hard here. Like I said, I just got this tripod and it's the first time I've used it. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so there's the first part of this, whoops, of this little fish. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick him down in. He's going to be over here, I think, because I want to, oh, nope, he wants to be in the middle because I want my patterned pieces that are on top kind of anchoring the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on this fish. And that's another reason that already have the glue dots on the back, right here on the back of the heart. Whoops. That way those fins are going to stick down. There's one fish down. Okay, and we've got another fish. And now I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to use the black gingham on this one. Just kind of a way to tie those together. All right, let's see here. One on the back. One on the tip of the front, and start putting those on. I think it's kind of fun to use patterned paper. Now you could use just all solid cardstock if you wanted, because on this original one that I did, this is all just solid cardstock, except for his fins, which are this paper over here. So you can totally mix things up however you want to do that. Let's get a glue dot on the back and on the tip, because if I don't talk myself through this, I'm going to miss a step. Whoops, he did not get his glue dot. All right, there's another one. Again, his little side fin. So we are really anxious to see the cards that you create with us. And Pat started an album on the Joanna's Readers page for you to post your creations. We're really excited. And, you know, don't feel that you have to go exactly as we do. In fact, I have a friend that anytime I would teach a card class, she would change up the card all the time. And I had to learn to not take offense to that, because she was using her own creativity, which is what this is all about. Okay, now we're going to do our last one, and he is going to get the purple hearts, and I think oh, there it is, lost it. All right, so let's get these purple hearts going here. So I love to see other people's creations, just because it's just so nice to see what, you know, people take from what you're putting out there, and just other people's creations in general. Just love to see the creativity that people have. All right, let's put these on here. Gosh, remember the days when we never ever would have combined patterns to, you know, different patterns together. And now anything goes. There's that one. We've got the tip. This one. Now I know that I've been saying like Stampin' Up, and that is a direct sales company I used to be a demonstrator for I think at least 10 years. So those are the punches I have, but there are plenty of good punch makers out there, you know. And a friend recently turned me on to Mercari, and I bought a couple of stamp sets off of there that have been a really good price and good condition. So, you know, check out those other places, because you never know what you can find. And the thing with Mercari is you can make an offer of lower, which I have done on both things that I've purchased. Well, maybe only one thing, but that was just kind of fun. And it's pretty quick. You don't have to wait like you do on eBay. All right. I think I'm going to put my other one down here. I'm going to put him a little bit of a different angle. All right, so now I'm going to take these circles that I punched out to put my Google eyes on. I guess the best thing to do is to put my Google eyes on first. Now you can buy Google eyes that are already have adhesive on them. Those usually though will come in like multi-sized packs, which I really just don't have a use for at home. So I just bought these, plus they're a lot less expensive, and I have glue dots. So in fact, the other night when I was creating this card, I said to my husband, "Oh, I have to go to Joann's. I'm out of glue dots and Google eyes." And he said, "Oh, it's a craft emergency." And I said, "Seriously, it is a craft emergency." And he said, "I know, you're right." So I thought he was like, you know, making fun of me in a good way. But he totally understood what I was talking about. All right, so I'm just kind of putting my eyes on these bigger circles. Just, you know, kind of random. We'll see what happens when I go to put them on. So glue dots do come on a roll, or if you buy the value pack, they're in sheets, and that's what I buy for my preschool classroom. But at home, I like to have my Google Dots on this container, because when I go to scrapbooking retreats and crops and things, it's just easier for me to take them this way, because I hate squished boxes. It's just an OCD thing, I'm sure. Okay, not real OCD, but just me. You know, OCD is a very real thing. All right. So now I've got my eyes on here. And I guess I still need my glue dots. And where'd it go? Okay, this is irritating me. Hold on. There, had to get that off of there. All right, so now I'm just gonna start putting glue dots on the back of these little matted pieces. I like to use these matted pieces because they do help your eyes show off a little bit more. They don't kind of hide into your thing here. Oh, I think I've got a piece of dog fur. All right, there's one set of eyes. And let's do another set of eyes. There's another set, and our last set. Like I said, I started this card because I really wanted to use that little heart punch again. If I hadn't gotten rid of my big heart punch, I would have made fish out of the big heart punch, which is really fun to do. So I'm gonna have to see if I can't find another one. All right, so here's the card so far. I've got my 3 little fish there. And I'm gonna go ahead and handwrite on here because I don't really have any fish sentiment stamps, but I feel like my fish needs some little bubbles here, you know, because they're doing some little breathing. Let's do some little bubbles. And these are just, you know, just little tiny random circles. You can do those kind of however you want. All right, and best fishes. Now, do I have the best handwriting in the world? No, but that's okay. There, I've got some best fishes on there. I might put a few more little bubbles off of my best fishes just to give it kind of a little bit more. And when I did this before, I always reminded you to either use a hand stamped by stamp or at least put your initials and the year on the back. That way when you send this to someone, they know where it came from and that it took more than just, you know, a couple of seconds to put out there. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed the card making. Again, my name is Trisha, and I have been making cards for, oh gosh, I don't even want to say how long. So probably over 25 years. So I hope you post your creations in the album that Pat created on Joanna's Readers page, and we look forward to seeing yours. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.